We can start, sir.
Okay. Good afternoon, and I'm Sandeep Wankade, and I'll be taking you through a journey of TRIZ and try to explain like how innovative way of problem solving can be achieved by TRIZ. So before that, I would like to thank Tifan and SA India as well as John Deere for giving me this opportunity to share some of my views on TRIZ. So we'll be quickly going through some of the part of this, and agenda is like what is TRIZ today's innovation landscape, what are the principles of systematic innovation, then understanding innovation in a TRIZ way, and TRIZ tool for problem solving. If possible, we'll be sharing some case studies, and then there may be some stage gate approach for new product development, and finally question and answer. So while we look at
Sandeep sir, just one thing.
no problem.
Can you be little slower, because there are
Okay.
many students they're
Okay, I'm
coming
so sorry.
along from some
So sorry. I'll
little
try
slow,
to,
so
yeah.
that they can also adopt and
Okay.
understand. Thank you, sir.
Okay, fine. So agenda I purposely read out quickly because anyways, I'll try to maintain my pace. So as we look at the education, see, most of the participants would be from academics. So I have purposely put on this slide that the challenges, whatever we are facing today, are new. Okay, now what happens? Like as the education, it changes rapidly. Does it happen is a question. So at times now most of the institutes and colleges and universities are trying to make it as dynamic as possible, and every year they are trying to, if not change the entire structure, but they are trying to change some of the contents of the syllabus. While doing it, the changes in the society are still very rapid, and education is not able to maintain this speed within it, and problems whatever were faced before have their history, and if some problem have got their history, we can find out some solution for that. But now what is happening, technology is changing very fast. While we took someone who has been retired by now from their job, they would have learned a new technology hardly 2 or 3 times, while here in last 1 decade or 1.5 decade, we are seeing that technology is changing every 3 to 5 years. And by the time we understand the technology, by the time we are ready to solve that problem of those technology, the technology is already washed out. The technology is drastically changed, and there is something new which has come over here. So what we need to generate solution that were not existing before as well. So this is how the new education should be. Now, how to do it? If we look at the system, the education model in its current state will help students solve problem of the nature described earlier, because you will have to uh, like uh, accept what I'm saying. Still, we are reading many books which are authored or which are published 20 years ago, 30 years ago, or at least 10 years ago. And we are seeing the technology changing with the very high speed. So what would be the difference if we keep on doing it? So the teaching learning what used to be there used to be what to think. But now it is a requirement that how to think. How to think is a big question. Now, while we look at certain things, we have to understand what is innovation. Innovation is something which may be a slightest change in the system, a product or a service, which may give some beneficiary output. These beneficiary output may be of 2 types. One, these would be like a drastic innovation, or which we can say as breakthrough innovation, or there may be a step-by-step structured innovation, which would be seen that a product has got some lacuna, there is an additional feature within it which overcomes that lacuna, or there may be certain more things which will be offered to that along with that product or with the service or something like that. So there may be like incremental way of doing it, or there may be a breakthrough way of doing it. So before that, generally whenever we come up, now these are the This is a forum wherein the mentors as well as the students have attempted to solve some problem. Now, these problems are posed to most of us in a same manner. So what will differentiate my solution as compared to the other solution? So there has to be something that is known as innovative. And what is the first step of this innovation or attempt to innovation or finding out a solution is idea. Now, if we look at an idea, so what happens with this idea? And let's see one of the like statistics regarding the ideas. How effective is innovation? If we have on this scale y-axis, we are looking number of ideas, and we are seeing like what are the stage of new product development processes. If we look at it, so if there are 1,250 ideas, what will happen? Again, not me stating this. This is a statistics which is found true by many people. There may be slight variation within this, but if we go by this statistics, if you have 1,250 ideas, only 14 looks as successful or proves itself as a successful. So looking back to this slide, idea, around 50% of the ideas are dissolved only at the stage of defining it. There may be idea, but it is very difficult to define it. So right now I may not be able to have some hands-on on doing all these things, but if we get an opportunity, if you show more interest within this, so definitely we'll have some sessions wherein we'll try to have some problem solving, and it will be an interactive involving kind of a session wherein we'll all try to get our idea and see till what stage does it go and what stops us from going ahead. Okay, so coming back to our statistics, while we look at this 1,250 ideas, out of them maybe 50 have gone and only around 600 some 25 ideas would be there, not very precise. Now, while we are testing it, while we are designing the product, while we are branding it, while we are trying to get the fund for it, gone are the days when if we have to have our own product, we have to have our own funding. There are many people who have a lot of money and they are just looking for brilliant ideas. So we can go to them even if we do not have any penny. It is said that getting a fund is hardly 15 minutes presentation. So we should be able to effectively prove that person, that evangelist who would be able to uh, fund our project, who will be able to put their money, and we will be literally getting 100% funding, as well as we may be covered through some burnout period also, means the period in which we may be in loss. Again, that I'll be trying to tell you in detail later. While we do it, we'll have to actually manufacture it. And once we do it, we have to launch and sell it. You can just think of, there are many products who, though the product which were really very good, these were launched but did not stand in the market at all. There were few products which has got very less life, and then again these were coming into the like a picture that these are the failure products. So selling is something which is actually making it as a product. Okay, going ahead, if we look at it, same thing is shown over here. While we test it on different parameters, we lose many of these ideas, and finally we see the success only for 40. While we create choice, now if we want to say develop some product service, in this case we'll have to create choices. What is creating choices? Here I'll just take it creating ideas. So what we'll have to do, we'll have to get people together and try to find out the ideas which will make our product different from others and which will make our product saleable as well. Because there may be some products which you might have seen are very innovative, look altogether different, seems that they will solve our problem, but in practice these products are not being sold. So why? Is a different question. Before that, I would like to say that whatever sells is a product. So I have to look at something which is to be sold. So now when we are doing it, we have to create more and more choices because we know the statistics. So we have to develop 1,250 ideas. Ideas cannot be just shuffled from a dice and you can get those ideas. Of course, there are ways in shuffling some keywords, and that also we can have in some of our other sessions, that out of nothing we can develop many ideas. Okay, coming back, we all agree now that creating choices is very important. One of the most used method, according to one more analysis done by one of the universities, Rosses University, uh, very renowned university, that 85% of the world people resolve to get the new ideas through brainstorming. So we'll have to get people together, we'll have to brainstorm, we'll have to get the idea. And then what we have to do, once we have got so much of idea, now we are convergent thinking. We are doing the convergent thinking. What does it mean? It means like we have to check on non-incremental level, idea screening, business analysis, development, testing, and all that stuff. And then we have to spend more time and more resources. Now let's look at quickly. We put a lot of resources, time and money on creating choices, then filtering them out. We put same thing again over there. Now, ideally, what do I want? I want only one idea. So how much idea should I think? How many ideas should I propose? Maybe only one. But what happens, as we have seen in the previous slides, that one idea would be worth working. Okay, but it is like hidden in some places, and that is why we have to generate too many ideas and out of them find out this particular idea so that it works. And it again filtering it out is uh, again resource consuming, and that will take time. Now, what TRIZ proposes, if we use TRIZ, here you can see we don't say that every idea will work. There would be some limitations of technology, there may be some limitations of certain other parameters which can be overcome at a later stage. But initially, if we look at it, there may be some ideas which may not be useful at that particular time. But what is the percentage of that? If you can look, it is very less. And what we can see important over there, that there may be more ideas which will be workable. So what we do, while we create the choices itself, we filter it. We find only, we try to club or put in or register only those ideas which are feasible. And then we make choices from them, as I mentioned, at this point of time, whether the market is ready or not, whether the like technology is ready or not, whether the the system along with that, maybe it's channels for selling or channels for servicing, channel for uh, like uh, post service or maintenance and all these things. So there may be certain things, and we can use the quicker one, and later we can develop the other things. Okay, so why is it called a Phillips screwdriver? So here is a screw and here is a screwdriver. If you can, I would like to get a text answer from you that why this happens like this. Okay, why people call it as Phillips screwdriver. I'm trying to see the chat, and I would request someone from the coordinators also to help me out for taking care of it. I hope I am audible and clear. Someone from coordination can just let me know.
Yes, you
Yeah,
can. We
okay.
can hear you. I think
Yeah,
somebody said branding.
branding. Okay, so Philips did the branding, right? Okay. The real story is that there was a person known as John Thomson. He invented this design in 1932. He patented the design in 1933, tried for years to sell the right. And in the year 1935, he sold the design to Henry Phillips. Okay, so who did it? Thomson, but the name was Phillips. So let's see what Phillips did and why his name came up to this, and nobody knows who is John Thomson. Phillips found it useful, but he understood that there is some lacuna within it. And what that lacuna was, it was difficult to have this manufacturing it in a proper way. So what he did, he refined the crosshead design, to make it easier to manufacture and quickly got the interest of General Motors. The auto company saw the advantages of this new design and put it into their Cadillacs starting in 1936. It was obviously a good success, and 4 years later, just read it again, 4 years later, roughly 85% of the screw manufacturers in the US had obtained a license. What was the intention of Thomson? He just wanted to sell it. He did not intend to manufacture it. Okay, so what he missed is how to manufacture it. If he would have solved this problem, he could have done it for this. Now, this is one of the parameter. Of course, Philips had got like a larger reach, isn't it? So his people attracting to his product would have been like more, but still solving just one problem easy to manufacture has made it such a like a hot selling product that 85%. And again, Henry Philip need not do anything now. He can just get all the revenues just by selling the license or like uh, licensing the rights to others. You know, right tool is that there must be a motion. Accidentally, I have put the next tab. But what is the horse? Horse is a symbol of motion. But if the horse is like this, it will be still moving, but will it go ahead? No, it will be just rocking at the place. And unfortunately, many innovators, many innovative industries just think that they are moving ahead like a rocking horse, and there is a lot of motion. They increase the speed but still remain at the same place only. Now, what is this and how it helps? So we have been talking too many things about innovation and how the innovation can be made better. Let's see what this is. Can you see this person? He is trying to find a fish, right? What he needs, he has got all tools, he has got all the expertise, it seems so. He is very comfortable at the place. He has got all his sitting and carrying and fishing rod and everything he has got. But what does he need? He just need a shift. In this case, would be shift in his position. At any at other point, if you look at it, it just needs a shift of thinking. So this shift we can achieve through TRIZ. There are many methods like brainstorming, synectics, lateral thinking, and so on and so forth. I'm not saying that these are not good methods, but these are the methods wherein we search all space. While if we go through the TRIZ method, so it quickly takes us to the working solutions, and then very quickly we can also reach to the most ideal solution which will have maximum values or lowest cost. Okay, what strong makes us go in this direction? Now what happens? We find some solution, we move in this direction, we go ahead and we find a roadblock. What do? We try to find out what changes can be done in my idea and try to move in this direction. Again, we find that it is not possible to go ahead. Then we come back to our original idea, try other way. That doesn't work. We come back to the original position, try another idea, and likewise these things happen. While in TRIZ, now a question would come, how it would be done. Before going to tell you about it, what stops us to reach to the right solution? Strong mental inertia drives us away from a right solution direction. So how this happens and what happens with it? So let's see that there are 16 types of psychological inertia, and a good problem solver must overcome at least 3 of these. And what are those 3? Psychological inertia are terminological inertia, image inertia, and inertia due to functional orientation. Now let's take one example, that if I say that there is a fan, what do you look at? What is a fan? Can someone answer? Okay, without waiting for much of the answers, what I will do is, in my previous experiences, what answers people have given, I'll just try to sum up those. If I can get some responses, that would be really making it more interesting. But unfortunately, I'm not able to see it on the same screen. So if someone can help me out in some of the
In
answers.
case something comes up.
What?
I'll say I will let you know when something comes up
Yeah,
in the
yeah,
chat
yeah, yeah.
box.
Thank you so much. So generally what answer we get is uh, motor,
Air giving device.
yeah, air giving device, or while we say terminology like fan, someone like there are many students who come out of the box and then they tell that a fan of a hero or heroine or something like that. But air giving device or cooling device, something like that. So this is a terminology. Now, while we say that, how does a fan look like? So answer would be that there would be a motor with 3 blades. Someone would say 4 blades, someone would say 2 blades, someone would say that it is a fan which would be a ceiling fan. Then people move towards a pedestal fan or wall mounted fans and gradually reach to something like exhaust fans. Okay, anything else comes to your mind? Okay, then it also goes towards something like a bladeless fan. Okay. Now, while we look at the image, we get stuck, and this is how the mental inertia actually stops us from thinking into the different direction. Going ahead, inertia due to functional orientation. Now, what is this functional orientation? So at the end of this session, if we get time, I'll try to ponder more on that. But what does a fan do? What is the function of a fan? So most of the answer, it cools. Okay, it gives air. Yeah, it circulates air. But basically, if you look at it, there are fan blades, and what do these blades do is they just cut air. This cutting of this air would help it to be like moved in a particular direction. It may be towards the person who is sitting over there, or maybe away from that person. It may not cool because if the air in the vicinity or the temperature of that room is very high, so in that case, what will happen? It will not be able to give a cooling effect. Okay, so looking at all these things, I'll just go back and just check terminological inertia. We have fan. Now let's take a like a diversion. You know, uh, we use laptops, we use computers, we use cell phones. Each one of them, do they need a fan? You can just type Y or N. Okay, so yes or no, whatever, I'm not able to see. But yes or no should be the answer. At least give your answer. Now, do they have fan? Most of the answers would be yes. Now, what happens when we have a fan? If we have a fan, it will take space, first thing. It will need electricity, second thing. It will generate its own heat also. Okay. Third thing, it will create noise, four. And there may be more problem also associated with that. That may be secondary problem, that the life of battery would be less because your fan is consuming a lot of energy from the laptop. So now the life of the between two charges, the duration would become lesser. First thing. Second thing, it is making noise, so it will be uncomfortable. Third thing, it may not be able to move out the air in a very particular uh, better manner. Fourth, there may be some problems associated with this fan because fan also cuts the air. Along with that, the air, there may be some dust particles which get deposited on that. You have to keep on doing the uh, like uh, cleaning of that, maintenance of that. So many problems. Now, do you need fan? Yes, we do need. What is the problem with this fan? These many problems with the fan. So how to avoid it? I'll not take much time because we have hardly don't have good time to discuss today. But if you just Google, is there a fan or a function of a fan? Okay. If I simply say in a very raw level or a very abstract level, fan moves heat. Okay. You may say removes heat. You may say moves it. Okay. So how does it do it? The basic function is by air, by cutting the air or by moving the air in the direction of that heat source, it takes away the heat along with that air, and that is how it removes the heat. So now you just at a later stage Google what are heat pipes. And if you look at heat pipes, these are the devices which have resulted in all the problems at a larger extent from our laptop, from our cell phone, to enhance the battery life, reduce the noise, and also dissemination of or removal of the heat is done in a better way. Dissipation of the heat, I wanted to say. So this is done in a better way. So heat pipe, you just remember, and at a later stage, you can just Google it and you will find it out that this is one of the innovative solution which has like drastically changed the function of the removal of a heat, and it has moved out from moving the heat from a fan through air now to what that you have to find out that you can Google. And heat pipe is not a new phenomena, it is very old. Those who are from mechanical engineering background will know it very well, so you can just Google it. For others also, it is not very difficult to understand. Now, what is TRIZ? You must be wondering, TRIZ, what is it? So it is a Russian acronym for the theory of inventive problem solving, and it spells like Teoria Reshenia Isobretatelskik Zadak. Okay, this was originated in 1976 by Genrich Altschuler, whom you can see over here, and then he has gone through 2 million worldwide patents, okay, within all engineering disciplines. And based upon this, he has done certain analysis, and through that analysis, he has developed a methodology that is termed as TRIZ. Okay, now you can see originator of Altschuler with Simon Litwin, and fortunately, the company, our strategic partner of TRIZ Asia or TRIZ Association of Asia is Gentriz. And this company is founded by Simon, and Simon is still there. Dr. Simon is still there, who is helping us out in understanding in a better way and solving world's problem in a better way. Okay, so this is what I have told, that out of 2 million patents, 40,000 were sorted out by Altschuler. Understanding that, you may also agree, those who are into the patent world, that patent is not only about innovation, it is also about getting a patent registered, published through some tweaks, which can be said as it is not only a science, it is also an art. Okay, so he found out there are many examples which are just tweaked and which have proved to be its innovativeness and non-obviousness and not a harmful situation for the mankind, and these are awarded with the patents. Okay, so what were the findings of these very specific kind of a patents, which has I'll not come to the contradiction right now, which has made some breakthrough inventions. Okay, so he has found that there are 5 levels of invention. There is a definition of inventive problem. Which problem should be termed as a inventive problem? And there are some patterns of technology evolution. So now, um, this knowledge is basically transferable. TRIZ is practicable, transferable, and very well teachable. Okay, so what are the key TRIZ discoveries? So these are like over 99% of creative solutions use already existing solution principle. Now you must be wondering that why still there are so many problems in the world, because these problems are hidden in some different domain. And if you just remember a few minutes back, I said that he solved the problem from different domains. He read the um, patents, he went through all the patents, he studied all the patents in different domains. So there may be many problems which have their solution in different domain, and this can be achieved, looked upon, understood in a better way with TRIZ function analysis. Okay, a breakthrough solution most often results from overcoming a contradiction. So I'll come down at a later stage on what the contradiction is. And inventors and strong thinkers use common patterns. So there are patterns. Earlier, it used to be said that there are rules of invention, but people gradually realize that rules are very stringent. So that is why they mentioned it as a pattern. Innovative problem-solving patterns are universal across different domains I've just mentioned. Evolution of man-made system is governed by certain regularities and trends, and new innovative solutions can be produced in a systematic way by reusing previous experience. Okay, so before going to this, Edison. Okay, everybody knows who Edison was. Can someone just quickly text that what is the invention for which Edison is known most? Please text it quickly. Meanwhile, I'll say, I'll put something in forth of you. Yes,
Somebody
we got,
said bulb.
yeah, there are many responses. Now I'm able to see bulb. Okay, I appreciate. And if not 100%, but 99.9999% times, I got the answer as bulb. Okay, let me tell you, Edison was not the first person who realized that there is a phenomena which can produce light. And there was another person, Woodworth, who had a patent on light bulb, and it was not Edison. But why people know Edison as a synonym of bulb or bulb as a synonym of idea? Isn't it? Even in cartoons, if you see idea, तो उसके mind में there is something like a bulb glows, isn't it? So why it has happened? Because he made it as a product. What do we mean by a product? The people who knew about this technology could not generate the light for even more than a few seconds. But now we see what is the life of a filament bulb. So of course, the credit to Edison goes for this filament bulb. So what he did lot of study, lot of experimentation, lot of trials, and then develop a particular or found out a particular material for that filament, particular gas in which this light can glow better and which will not let the filament get damaged by the high heat going through it. And in simple term, it is protected it from oxidation. And while this is being done, you realize that this is a product which lasts for a longer duration and it fits to the pocket of a person also. Fits means the person is able to spend for that. But looking at it in the view of Nikola Tesla, now we all know Nikola Tesla also. So Nikola Tesla's one statement is that it was sad watching him work, knowing that just a little theoretical knowledge and a few calculation could save him at least 30% of his time. Now, how it has happened? So, we have grown up with the very basic thing that success is 1%, what you can say, kindling the interest in someone, and that is termed as inspiration, and 99% perspiration means sweat away, work hard, keep on working day, night, try everything, and try to reach to the success. But just think of like while the light bulb was invented, can someone tell me how many times Edison failed? And just think of you go to the Tifan competition and tell the judges that let me fail for 600 times. Forget about 5,000, what Ajay has rightly mentioned over there. 5,000 plus times he has failed. Imagine that you go to your boss once you get a job and you say, boss, I can solve the problem, but let me fail for 5,000 times, 500 times. What will happen? Does it make sense? So now let's see that how we can find out a needle in a haystack. Actually, what Nikolai said once is that if this task would have been given to Edison, what he would have done by the as soon as he received the problem, he'll start moving this haystack. May say these. What do we mean by haystack? Haystack is the dry grass. So straw by straw, Edison will remove it, and till the time he finds the needle, he'll keep on working on that with the diligence of a honeybee. You know how honeybee works. Keep on working, 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 or ants keep on working. So there are two chances that Edison will get the needle. One, if it is hidden at the bottom by his hard work. If he alone is not enough for doing it, he'll hire more and more person. And of course, he'll charge all these things to the client. And finally, he'll find the needle. Second way would be the needle is over here only, and by the luck, he'll find the needle. Are you getting it? Needle is like a solution which we are looking after. So I know you are not a kind of a person who will remove straw by straw and try to find out the needle. How would you find the needle? Can someone quickly tell me? Use magnet, perfect. Burn the haystack and sieve the ash. Very good. Any other idea? So to tell you, as I'm a TRIZ practitioner, along with that, I'm also a magician. So at times I know what answer you are going to give. And that is why I could get this answer already. Okay. Are you happy with this answer? Type yes. Y for yes, N for no. I'm saving your energy. Great. Do we need to find more solution? Yes or no? Next question is, do we need to find more solutions? Oh, you all are interested in finding. Then tell me more solutions. I have got only two solutions from you. One was magnet and other was burning the it. Okay, put haystack in water. Very good, Utkarsh. Now, one more important question to you all is, whatever the answers have been given, three answers are there. Many of you might not have given those answers. Many of you might not have at the first place thought of these answers. But do you think that these are really like very out of box solutions? At times, burning to the ash may be one of this. Actually, while we are burning to the ash, one of our principle of innovation works over there is that we are reducing the search area. Yes, Neeraj, right? Put it in front of the blowing air. And what will happen? The grass will flow away, needle will remain over there. Okay. So now let's see. I'll give you some time. You can still give some answers of finding out a needle from a haystack. Till then, I'll just quickly take you through the methodology of TRIZ, which minimizes risk and increases the innovation effectiveness. There are two ways, as I started in the beginning, that as I stated in the beginning, that innovation is rewarding and there is incremental innovation, which will be helpful. Seeing the like a judgment of the market, getting the judgment of the market, getting the response from the customers, we'll keep on adding or removing some of the features in a product. Okay. Now, while we go ahead with it, you can just see that there is another way, that is a breakthrough, where you quickly reach to the solution, but it is risky because likelihood of this result is very low, but it brings the product into the market very fast. Now, what would be the better case in this? Whether incremental method is better or breakthrough method is better. So again, being good engineers, what we'll do, we'll put some statistical analysis and say that let's find out where there is minimum risk and where there is maximum reward, and we'll reach to this. But if we think in a TRIZ way, TRIZ will push this risk parts towards the reward part. Now how? Okay, so when we solve a problem, so there are certain things like I have just taken an example of a steering wheel, which is used for maneuvering the vehicle, turning the vehicle and all that stuff. So initially it was a single shaft on which the steering wheel was mounted, and it was very difficult to maneuver. All muscular power was required to use it. So there were some problems to reduce this or rather reduce the friction within that or reduce the power required for that. There were some problems and these were tried to be solved by putting up some lubricant, maybe grease, oil, or putting some bearings and these kind of stuff in it. Okay, but this is beyond the if the problem now, this is beyond the thinking. Like Einstein once said that if you are trying to solve a problem with the knowledge with which it was developed, you will not be able to solve it because at the first place, the problem would not have been there. So we have to think in a different way. But of course, there are some problems within that domain which can be solved. So these are all problem area knowledge. So let's see if it is beyond the problem knowledge area and still there is a solution. What this shows is the solution. There is a problem, there is a solution, and we are not able to see that solution. So let's see in the further domain knowledge, means still mechanical one. And what we have various joints within it, made it flexible, and a big leap was taken wherein it became very, very free, very, very easy to handle, easy, less efforts required, and all that stuff. But then there was some more problem which came into this also. People wanted more and more ease of handling it. So let's see what is all possible knowledge. So power steering. Power steering comes up with two well-known phenomena. One is like uh, uh, what you can say, electric power steering or hydraulic power steering. So this actually helps us out in doing all this stuff. But can there be a problem? Still, there is a problem. Still, people have to handle it. It is creating some problem. So let's see, do we have a better solution than that? Now, again, you see where it is. It is shown at a very lower level. This solution would be there, but it needs some different like thinking. Of course, the word impossible is forbidden, but we have to move towards something which will have no steering at all. It is just a joystick, and probably tomorrow it may not be a joystick as well. There will be an autonomous vehicle, and this autonomous vehicle would be just, you have to point it on the map where you have to reach, and every wheel will have its own motors. Every wheel will have its own way of turning it. And we have seen many examples wherein the wheels turn independently, and you can just slide the, park the car in this way, straight way, instead of just taking reverse forward and doing all that stuff. You ponder, you think on what example I have given, or isko while you will be thinking on this coolly, you will find that how many problems did it solve, and how it has become very simple now. What we need is, we need a higher level of controlling for that. So that is a higher level of thinking, and of course higher level of problem solving also. So now, to find needle from the haystack, I'm still coming over there. Any more solutions you have come up with? Yes or no? Quick. Second question. Would you like to generate more and more solutions to find the needle from the haystack? If you say yes, then only I'll go ahead. Otherwise, I'll skip it. Anybody for it? Buy the new one. Okay, okay, okay. Got it. Innovative. But always remember this, need this solution need me to think on, or make you think on a different parameter, that don't look it at any problem as a just finding a 1 rupee, 2 rupee or 5 rupee needle. Try to understand, just think of that this is one of the needle which is to be put in a syringe, and which may be used for delivering a drug to a patient for whom it will be a question of life or death. In that case, would you think of getting it? So in this case, there may be like, you cannot buy a new needle, would be the constraint. And innovation or industrial work or any kind of research work or any kind of project work has some constraint. So let's see some constraint, and let's be open for no constraint also. Like someone said, I appreciate that you can buy a new needle. Someone else may also say that, as has said, that we can burn the grass. So if the grass is also important to you, in that case, you want to save the grass to feed some cattle, and still ensure that needle is not there, because it may prick, or it may hurt the cattle. Are you getting it? There are different scenarios. So as I mentioned in the previous example of the car steering mechanism, similarly here also you keep on thinking. It is not like every time you listen from the other side of the table, that what are the constraints and what are the advantages, what are the limitation. We ourselves have to look at it. Coming back, I'll give you one simple method. For that, if you have paper or pencil, please take note of this magic word, that is MATCHEM-IB. Okay, what is this MATCHEM IB? Again, it is an acronym of mechanical, acoustic, thermal, chemical, electrical, magnetic. Electromagnetic is the combination of electrical and magnetic, intramolecular, and B, biological. So from here, as of now, this was like just avoid writing information, because the information is a field for some different purpose I have written over here. So right now you just write down all these parts: MATCHEM IB, mechanical, acoustic, thermal, chemical, electrical, magnetic. Electromagnetic is a combination of this. It also shows that you can have thermal and chemical, you can have electrical and chemical, you can have thermal and acoustic. Likewise, combination would also be there. Then why specifically electromagnetic is selected over here? For the reason that most of the automation nowadays are resulting from the electromagnetic way. Okay. So now I'll not go in the example of Katistoka, but I'll just tell you that there are some biological ways in which the nature has solved some of our problems. And what are those problems? What is this? If you put your finger in a water for a longer time, what happens? It gets pruned. And pruning of this finger actually does what? Anybody? Why this happen? Means what is the outcome of this? It happens because we uh, have our fingers in a water for a longer duration. But why? What is the good part of it? It increases the surface area. You can see the folds and all. And as it increases the surface area, as Sahib has rightly mentioned, that it creates more friction. And as it creates more friction, it helps in gripping. So there are biological ways also to find a problem. Okay, so Grahesh has also have got his own information. Now, while I do it, I'll tell you, like giving a tool to a person and not telling a person how to use that tool would be very unfair with that person, right? I'm telling you that this is a tool, this is a magic word, or in other way, I'll say that this is mantra. है ना? Mantra कैसे होता है? Like if you have a mantra, you have to chant it. And initially you may not understand the meaning of it, but still it benefits. But here you have to understand the meaning and also apply it. And I'm trying to tell you one simple method by which you can find out a needle from a haystack, and that too with multiple solutions. And how to use this MATCHEM IB. You need to write down a few things in a column manner, like field, property, needle, and straw. What is our intention? We have to find out a needle from the haystack. What is this? I have written over here as a straw. You know? Now, what is the field? You write down blindly all these words. Blindly means mechanically, you just put them, all these words, and take them as a field. So these are mechanical. Now here, this is a quick like a thing, whatever one in one of the workshops we were doing, and quickly whatever had come, I have just jotted it down. There are much more, and purposely also I have put not everything, because you also have to think on that. Let's see with the first thing, mechanical. While we say mechanical, what are the like fields from mechanical, sorry, what are the properties which will make this mechanical field something like, or which will be, which are the properties of the mechanical field in a simple word? So density, hardness, stiffness, appearance, there may be more things also. Now let's take density. Density of the needle is high, density of the straw is low. Just stop here and think that, of course, when we learn TRIZ, we will be going deep into that, and we will be finding out what are the uh, different components in the system, components of the super system and all that stuff. But as of now, you can also think of density of a needle is high and density of a straw is low. So one of the solution among you, or one of the person among you have given a solution. I would like to get that same answer from you. What is related to density? जितने answers दिए थे उसमें से which one was related to density? Can someone tell me? Density relates to weight. And if the weight of the needle is high, how we can separate out, how we can sort out, how we can find out the needle? Yes, putting in water, blowing air, isn't it? So these are two things. Can we have something more than that? Okay, if you sieve something, you are sieving something, what happens? Have you ever seen some lady in your house, particularly mother or grandmothers and all, if they want to remove the skin of roasted nuts, what you can say, groundnuts, what do? Isn't it? They just try to move it. And what happens? The heavier nuts, they go down and the skins, shafts, that remains on the top. And then they can blow it off by the, uh, like blowing off by the air, air from the mouth and something like that. So this is how is this density is being used. Hardness. Now tell me for hardness, how you can differentiate between something which is hard or stiff or its appearance is shiny or dull. Okay, so do I need to explain each one of them? I don't think so. But now, if you look at each one of them, you will find more and more solution from it. And this will ensure that even someone else have thought of putting it in water. Why didn't you think of? So because you did not go through all this stuff. And if you go through all this stuff, you'll get more and more and much more solution out of this. While it is sonorous, okay, so it will make sound. The needle will make sound and straw will not make a sound. I'll not tell what would be the way in which you can search it. At the same time point, not only for this, यहाँ पर I have used this only for the heat in this example, but you can should use it for everything. Like if, what is the thermal condition? If you provide heat, what will happen? It will become hot. It will burn to the ashes. If you continue to give the heat, what will happen? It will become red hot. Now this red hot property, will it be useful to you to find out even in the burned ash? This was a solution given by someone to burn it. But if you still heat it faster, what will happen, or heat it more, what will happen is this will glow and you will be able to find out from the ash. Are you getting it? So the idea may say there is a higher order idea which you can get. But you also come to know at what temperature you don't need to heat it. And that will come from this melt. But at the same time, if I say that this needle is to be destroyed, I want to find it out to destroy it. So for this solution, now you come to know that at what temperature this will melt. I don't want grass. I don't want like needle to be existing. I want it to be melted for some reason. In sci-fi movies, you would have seen that what are the reasons for doing it. Similarly, chemical, similarly, electrical, similarly, all this stuff, you can make it. And I would appreciate if you make this table by yourself and write down all the solutions in the last column and send it across to your mentors, or if possible to me as well. Now, what was our problem statement? Is it stated right? To find needle from the haystack? No. In the TRIZ way, we'll define it as to separate needle from the hay. Means we are separating the properties of the needle. Once we understand the differences between the properties of the needle and straw, we'll be able to find it out. And what is the outcome? While we look at this is some example or whatever you have stated or not stated, I've tried to put over here. Okay, biological way, you can see, though not very human. People may at times say that we can find out uh, it by metal detector, but metal detector also works on some of the fields which were given in the above one. While you dip into this, you can also play with the property of the liquid. Otherwise, what will happen if you just dip it in water? After some time, needle will come down, but the grass will also sink. Again, there will be a situation. Of course, now the situation will be that needle is at the bottom. But what if instead of showing a needle here, I've shown you the weight? See, the needle should immediately sink and come what may, the grass should not sink down. Will it not be a better solution? So what is to be changed into this? As I mentioned earlier, that for this we need to understand the properties and functions and the components of something. So this is liquid is a component. So we can play with the property of this. There was a program on a Nat Geo wherein there was a challenge and people tried to solve this problem. They wanted to find out 6 needles from this and not where they did not get good success. This is the fan someone among you had stated. This is sonorous needle. It makes a sound and you can hear it. So now the normal definition of finding the needle would be finding it out from so many straws of the grass and which termed as a hay. But here, once you say a needle has a different property from a straw of a grass, it becomes finding out a needle from 1:1. And the needle will say, hey, I'm here. And it will stand out from the different hay or the straws. Looking at one of the solution, there are multiple ways in which you can execute them. Are you getting it? Okay. So with this, I have already taken 5 minutes more on this. I'll quickly tell you, I will not be able to go in the detail of it, but as I mentioned that contradictions is one of the base of identifying or defining an inventive problem. So a contradiction emerges when two incompatible demands or requirements are placed on the same system and there is a conflict within each other. So if you want to increase acceleration, fuel consumption will increase. Accuracy you want to increase, complexity will increase. Crash worthiness, the vehicle will have to be a heavier, right? But what we have to do means if you try to bring it down, this will go up. If you try to bring it down, this will go up. But the best way would be that both should go up and you should be able to get the no compromise situation and get the inventive solution for this. Okay. So this was all from my side. And if you have any question, the forum is open and I would be happy to answer your questions. Let me know. Yeah, Bhushan Patil has given a very good solution. Use of specially designed camera that will pass wavelength through hay, but will reflect light when it's the needle. So you can term it as a metal detector.
Team, you can start putting your questions in the chat box.
No questions. This is a situation only in two cases. When you have understood everything or you have understood nothing.
Anyone else has question, or we can close early?
Very obvious answer, right? Good. Yes, we can share the document with the stepwise methodology, and you can Google it also. It is not something like which is a hidden knowledge. But of course, TRIZ, as I mentioned, like you can come to know that MATCAM IB is a tool. But every mentor or every problem solver will take it in the different direction. And what I have proposed in this presentation is that a simpler method, because while I compare it with the brainstorming is something in which whatever we know and whatever we can imagine, that only we propose. But here, as we go in the MATCAM IB, we see that there are many things which we know, but we did not imagine or we did not figure it out. So TRIZ, if you follow in a step-by-step method, it will definitely take you to the solution. But while doing it, the books or the literature may not be enough. You have to practice by yourself, or you have to get some person who is practicing TRIZ. I'm not trying to glorify the trainers in this situation, but this is a fact. Just to share with you, in the year 2015, when I have actually come across with this TRIZ methodology, I happened to meet Mr. Dr. Sergey Ikovenko, one of the TRIZ masters, and I asked him a question like, which book should I read so that I'll be able to learn TRIZ? He said there are many books in the market. You can just get any one of them. You can read them. But if you really want to learn, you have to learn it from mentor. So I was, to be very, very, very honest, I was not at all convinced with this solution or with this answer. But over the period of time, like since last 8 years, I'm learning TRIZ, teaching TRIZ, practicing TRIZ. I realize that reading it from the books is not enough. So of course, you can Google, you can find many free books also on the web, and I need not list it out. We all are in a world wherein the information explosion is already there. So definitely, even our methodology, step-by-step method, I'll just try to share it with you. But then how to use it? So I would, it would be taxing for me as well to spend time with you. But I am ready, and we can definitely work out on how to use these tools. So at first, I would just recommend you to go through only this MATCAM IB, whatever you see, whatever you do, whatever new technology, old technology you just see what are the fields that were used earlier. And while you see the improved one, what are the better ones? And in this way, you can be able to propose that what should be the next. That situation should come, and that will come. Lengthy answer, but I feel it is useful. Primary objective of TRIZ in problem solving. TRIZ is basically a method which gives inventive solution. That is the primary objective, because we can go to a development of a product or a service to a certain extent within the existing domain. But if we have to move out of that domain, as I have mentioned and I have shown in that steering mechanism, so we need to use this so that we can get a breakthrough kind of solution out of it. Just to share with you that TRIZ is being used by many innovative for many innovative products and in many industries also. Just give me a sec. These are some of our, oh, sorry. Of course, these are, this why I'm not able to. What screen can you see, Ajay sir?
Yours, that presentation, currently it's non-presentable mode. So it's our
Okay,
client's partial.
okay. So I'll have to unshare it and share, I think so. Or I'll have to go.
I think when you started sharing, you started sharing the presentation. So it will not show any other.
You can see it sliding ahead.
Yeah.
Okay. So just to show you that companies which have TRIZ success in the world, while we look at it. So you can see General Electric, GE. It started using TRIZ and started educating the team and implementation of the TRIZ. You can see this is the number of patents. These are the number of patents, and particularly in USA Patent Office. After 2007, or rather in 2007, they started implementing TRIZ, and you can see how consistently the number of patents are increased. This is not only with General Electric, it is also P&G, that is Procter and Gamble. You can see it for Samsung and many more industries. Okay, so you can see it for Hyundai, you can see it for various countries in which Hyundai is working. If you have not heard about TRIZ in academics, so there are over 200 books, as I mentioned, in 40 languages already available, and there are many universities all across the world which are actually teaching TRIZ. Unfortunately, in India, there is very less uh, mm, like awareness about the TRIZ, or less, you can say, expertise in the TRIZ for reaching out to the student and teaching them in a very like a professional way. Professional means inclusion in the syllabus. Of course, there are some attempts in new product development. There are few chapters or few contents which are put up at the TRIS introduction level. So where TRIS can help to the student, like improving performance in exam, cutting down time to study, understanding and not mucking up. Now, if you are solving a problem with a simple one tool, which I've just shared with you, MatChem IB, you can get many creative solutions for doing it. And we are actually practicing. It is not that it is not there at all, but it is a very like a limited level. So these are some of the advantages which you find. This also helps out in teaching. So our team is actually has, of course, it was an older one. There are a few more colleges which are added into this. We had these universities wherein we are teaching this. We and our international partners, of course. This is a few like list, of course, partial list wherein people are practicing or had some introduction to TRIZ and all this stuff. So benefits. So that's all from my side. Any other question?
I think they may have it, but not now. And
Okay, no problem. I can share my email ID
yeah,
and phone number. So if you, I'll just share it on the text box.
rather I will suggest to route all the queries through Mentors.
Ah, that is better. Always better.
Otherwise,
Yes,
if
yes,
let's say 1400 people will start
yes.
calling you, it will not be a right approach. So team, I think, and additionally, I put it, many of your mentors are also trained by TRIZ Asia, all the Deere, John Deere, most of the John Deere employees.
Yes.
And so you
Yeah, I
can
missed
challenge
to,
them.
right.
You
I
can
missed to
challenge my
realize
mentor
that,
team. Yeah,
yes, very true, Ajay.
you can challenge our mentor team and ask difficult questions from them, and they can take first of all they have to take help from their captains, the zonal captains, and then Sarah is there to guide us on any critical problem which would like to use TRIZ. And at least I'm a great admirer and practitioner
Yes,
from our side, and been learning TRIZ from past 3 years, and using not in product problem solving but personal. I think sometimes I use TRIZ for personal challenges also, and
yes,
it really helps. And team, I think we'll be meeting many times in next 8 months. So I'll also be meeting, and we can take up some smaller topics in
yes, we
our
can do that.
face-to-face
Yeah,
discussion,
true.
like in workshops, in our design rounds, in our final round. It's very interesting topic. I think that's why Sar is there to tell us a very. I think it's a very glimpse. I will not say it's just a 2% or 3% of what TRIZ is.
Yeah, not even 1% you
Yeah,
can say.
yeah.
Yeah,
But very powerful tool.
yes,
And as Sir said, a lot of things are there online, and there are people with as mentors with you who can talk about it, who can tell you some of the tools, some of the techniques which could be used, leverage in your project.
and I would like to add, if someone is interested in understanding what TRIZ and how it is beneficial, with the
Mm.
TRIZ Association of Asia has actually come up with the TRIZ talks. And a few of your mentors are already
Yeah,
stated their experiences with TRIZ. And the intention of this TRIZ talks is not to like teach TRIZ, but it is to like how someone has come across learning TRIZ, and what are the advantages he or she has got through the TRIZ knowledge in their career. So it is very generous. It is not any kind of a marketing strategy or a presentation or something like that. So I would request you just to go to TRIZ Association of Asia in YouTube and just look for TRIZ Talks, TRIZ TALKS. Okay, and I'll take one more opportunity, and I can share it with you because it is a free of cost, and its intention is to proliferate TRIZ among the people so that their inventive or innovative quotient can be increased. We have our annual program, annual conference, which you can say that is TRIZ for X. So again, I'll be sharing the detail, or you can just Google it. I need not do all this stuff for you on LinkedIn or any social media, or you can just Google TRIZ Asia would be simple, trizasia.com, and wherein you can find more information of TRIZ for X. And this time we are doing it for processes and whatever it may be. It is a 3 days event, and there will be many experts all across the world sharing their views on this. So I would request not to miss it. And as I mentioned, that again, this is not for any kind of a marketing stuff, and it is not to earn money. It is free of cost. And problem is that many people do not know about it. So I just take this opportunity and share it with you.
Yeah,
So
I
I would
attached it,
request. Uh,
attached the form which Narayan sir sent to me.
yeah, perfect, perfect, perfect. I was about to request you the same. I purposely did
Yeah,
not put it in my presentation.
yeah, but you can do. I think very. I think you can actually listen to the TRIZ masters.
Yeah,
Very
yeah,
rare
right,
opportunity
right, right.
where the best and the best TRIZ
Yep, yep.
masters practitioners will talk about their experiences and how they are leveraging this technique and process. Fine. I would say appreciate sir to give your time
Please don't say
and
me,
to
sir. My name is Sandeep.
I think whosoever is teaching, we
No, no. We
it's
are
important.
co-learners, Ajay.
So thank you very much for you, sir, to coming to this forum and talk about TRIZ and for our teams and students. I think whatever questions you have, you can. I think we have captains WhatsApp. You can put it there. You have mentors. You have captains for the mentors, and just put this through, and we'll respond. And every Friday we have a doubt clearing session whenever we don't have these seminars. You can always put topics of trace or whatever we talked about, math works. We can get these people on board and talk about this further so that you can use those things in your projects for design round as well as for the final round. Okay, thanks for joining. Thank you everyone, and have a great weekend.
Yeah,
Yeah,
same from my side as well. So, with
yeah,
your permission, may I log out
yeah. Thank you, sir.
if nothing is there? Okay.
Yeah,
Have a
thank you,
great
team.
weekend. Yeah, bye
Bye.
bye.
Asha, you can stop the recording, please. Yeah, thank you. As we did earlier, team, this recording will be available soon on our SAVT Fun page, and you can always watch out later on. Thank you very much. Bye.